talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hi everyone, what's going on? Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in, guys. Excuse the music in the background, child. I done told this boy, hold on a minute. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, guys. I do have some breaking news, guys, that happened around 1 p.m. on today. Hey Reese, what's going on? Hey Kendra, welcome in. Hope everybody had a good Monday. Child, it was Monday for me. Um, but I definitely want to say, guys, like today was a good day for Melissa, Lucio, Lucio, Lucio. She has. I thank God because this lady could actually be put to death over lies and corruption and medical examiners and corrupted DAs, and things and such. And so I am so happy that she has. Let me just tell y'all this. Look, Melissa, around 1 p.m. I'm gonna just read it right here because I don't even want to give out the wrong information. Everybody is having hold on just a second. So it says here the court granted Melissa Lucio a stay. She will not be executed. She will get a new hearing. She will get a new hearing. And I am so super excited about that. I am so happy for Melissa because I know that, now I do want to actually say, y'all, and I do want to place this on, I do want to place Melissa on the screen right quick. It says here that the Texas State Board of Pardons and Parole was going to vote and put out a statement at 1 p.m. asking the governor to grant clemency to Melissa. But what happened was that the Texas Court of Criminal Appeal granted Melissa more time. It says here that her defense team was just granted a new hearing so they could begin the process to see if Melissa deserves a new trial. The reason why they made that decision was due to the fact of her interrogation videos where she was interrogated for like 5 hours. This woman was interrogated 5 to 6 hours, and you just finding out that her daughter just passed. So if you looked at the documentary, and I have watched the documentary, I watched it again today. She was basically like, if y'all want to say I did, I did. It wasn't like they try to make that an admission of guilt or her confessing that, but it was pressured into her. And if you knew Melissa's background, you would know why she basically was just coerced in it. She was intimidated. All that, in my opinion, of why, they are going to do another hearing to see if we can grant her a new trial. They can grant her a new trial. I to be myself watching the documentary the documentary, I just was pissed off at her mama. I definitely want to say that Melissa wouldn't have been who she was if her mother would have believed her when she said she was being raped. I could believe her mama said that just because she was young. Hey, Latanja girl, how you doing? I'm just gonna be real, y'all. I got pissed off at the mama when, cause I watched it again because I know that I had to watch it in work. But I really got upset when the mother said that she just said that she didn't believe Melissa due to the fact that she was a baby or a child that was like 5, 6 years old. But one thing about kids that are like my baby age, they usually speak the truth. They ain't, you know what I'm saying, unless they're known for lying. Usually children like that in that age, they usually speaks the truth. Um, and for the mother to actually get on the TV screen and say that she didn't believe her own daughter. She didn't even go check to see get her daughter checked out about. So Melissa is the product of what her mother did to her. And then, for her to like, y'all have to watch the documentary. Documentary. If you have not watched the documentary, guys, I advise you to watch it because it gives you insight on Melissa, the abuse she went through. I know, like me myself watching it, like I was just so angry how they tried to say, well, if you want to go home, all you have to do is just show us how you whoop her. Did you whoop her? And she said, yeah, I whooped her. How you whoop? I said, and then they was like, okay. And then they basically was saying that she admitted to killing her child just because she hit her or spanked her. But people whoop their children. I whoop mine, and I'm not overly, but I whooped them. Um, and then I'm gonna be honest, guys. She has a daughter that's on TikTok. Um, she does have a daughter on TikTok that actually is stating that Melissa is she don't want Melissa to die, but she said Melissa was abusive towards Mariah. It kind of put a question mark in my mind, but as I was listening, I'm like, you were young at the time yourself, so you believe in what you could be listening to what other people say too, you know. Um, but I feel like if Melissa is guilty of anything, and this is I'm not trying to judge, but she should have got the skull fracture looked at. Um, or when the baby fell off some steps, because in the documentary you see the steps, y'all, like them was some steep steps, and them were the steps that they showed in the documentary. If those were the steps, baby Mariah fell off of, child, she should have got that baby some help. Did you? What made you think that, Latanja? Because the fifth daughter said that they wanted her to take the blame too. But I'm like, okay, so y'all placing it on Alexandria. Now this girl saying that they tried to tell her to take the blame. Um, um, so it like from the beginning of the documentary, it was like this woman was raped. This woman was she left home to be with her. She was 16 years old when she left her home. Um, and then she went 16, she got married, and she was abused. She was abused by her first husband, and then she was abused by the next one. They said that she was on drugs real bad. Um, it was just so much in that documentary. Like but what really got it for me, and it is always on what gets me is it was like they saying that the medical examiner saying she had bite marks, missing hair, bruises, and stuff like that. But another medical examiner is downplaying like, okay, she fell off the. No one said that she had bruises before she fell. So when she fell, they said that that's when the bruises occurred, and then they said that she had some kind of disorder where she bruises up bad. And I'm like, well, and then to know that there was a defense attorney or a prosecuting attorney that was working for the district attorney office looking to be reelected, and he sat up there and basically tried to make an example out of Melissa just so he could get reelected. And then the crazy thing about it, they said that he made more money than the people that was actually in the thing, that was actually working at the DA's office or ever worked there. And I felt the same. Like you can look at her like she was lost. She didn't when she was interrogated. She really didn't know her rights. A lot of y'all don't understand. A lot of Hispanic people, they don't know their rights like that. It's a lot of us black people that don't know our rights like that. I advise you guys when you're being interrogated by the police, you don't have to, when they say anything you say and do will be used against you in the court of law, that's true. And so, um, if you don't want to say anything that is wrong, then I would say I will not speak until I have an attorney. That's the best thing to do. The reason why that is the best thing to do because you'll end up in situations like this. Just like I hate, I kind of have to reference the kid. Like they were, to Tequila and Morris, they were very open when they did their interrogation videos, but they should have had a lawyer right there because anything they said and did was going to be used against them in the court of law. And even though you're being honest and you're trying to be truthful, it can be used and manipulated for a guilt of omission. Look at this. And it's sad that people will do anything or the district attorney will do anything for a win. But some of these district attorneys don't have a conscience and they don't have a backbone. You know, um, and that's just honest. Some of these district attorneys do not have a backbone. They just want to win, and they're trying to make an example out of somebody, or they're coming up for re-election, and they got to get the vote. So if they do this, or if I get in, I'm going to prosecute this person. So yeah, and usually when they do that, it's flawed. It's flawed because you want to prosecute the right person, even if there's even within Melissa case, it was the kids were saying that they never seen abuse. They said that in this is in the documentary. If you haven't watched it, guys, please go watch it. In the documentary, it also states the kids was like they showed the videos of the kids, and the kids were saying like she didn't whip us, she made us sit in a corner. Um, I wish I would in a corner. Um, and they were saying that usually she didn't whoop us. Then they were saying like with the use of drugs, they said that she never did drugs around the kids. She would just lock herself in the bathroom and then let the older kids take care of the younger kids. And then when she comes out, even though it's not good to do drugs, I'm not saying it's doing good, but at least she respected them enough not to do it in front of. Yes, and no, yes, yes, like and then for her daughter, one of her daughters to be speaking out, saying that she don't want her to go to jail, but she's guilty of abusing Mariah, but they're saying the evidence don't line up with that. So what it is to believe if medical, that's what I'm saying. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm gonna talk about the medical examiners right quick. But give me a minute. This is what I believe when it comes to y'all. I might be wrong with in saying this, but in my opinion, a medical examiner, they are human just like you, and they can get it wrong. Um, Medical examiners, in my opinion, are people that gives you a expert opinion on how someone possibly could have died, or how someone possibly could have killed someone, or possibly have sustained injuries, or determine their time of death and things as such. But sometimes medical examiners get paid to lie. They're like lawyers. They lawyers. They liars. But they have a job to do, and if you're getting paid from the state to say, "Hey, this person killed this person," they gonna do it. Um, even though it may be a botched case because they haven't done the full autopsy report. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, a medical examiner. Some people are well. I believe in science. Yes, you're supposed to believe in science, but you also have to go with the evidence. If the evidence doesn't prove that someone has done something to them, and there is enough reasonable doubt there that someone is guilty, innocent, then I rather question the innocence, the guilt, than question the innocence. Because if you have doubt in your mind that somebody is guilty of anything, then why would you put guilty when you know that there is reasonable doubt? If there is reasonable doubt that somebody hasn't committed a crime, then I advise you to put innocent or have a hung jury, because don't nobody know. Um, like, I don't understand why people feel like medical examiners won't lie or get it wrong. Um, yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, medical examiners just give an expert opinion on how somebody died, child. It doesn't really give an admission of guilt or anything, because it still has to line up with all the other evidence that the prosecution may have, or you know, just like in um, any other case. If somebody got blunt force trauma to the head, but you can't tell how they sustained the injury. You can't tell them, if they fall off a car or fall off the stairs. Yeah, and don't get seek medical attention. Things like this would happen. And only thing that I feel like Melissa should have done is Melissa should have took baby Mariah, 2-year-old Mariah, to the doctor when she fell off them steps. Cause y'all, from what the documentary showed, I definitely want to say, look, some steep steps. I'd be scared if I fell off them steps. There were some steep steps. So I do, if she's guilty of anything, it's just being negligent. I will say that. Now, do I believe she wanted to kill her baby? No, I don't think she is guilty of abusing her and killing her and biting her and all that right there. And but from what my understanding is, the kids were at one time were removed from the home because Mariah had drugs in her system when she was born. So Melissa didn't always have Mariah um and her siblings. Hey Nancy, how you doing? Even her siblings gave a statement about the baby being accident prone and the mom being physically disciplined. Exactly. So you have to go you have to go by the witness. That's why they say medical examiners have to have all facts. Don't withhold the evidence. When you're withholding the evidence like this prosecutor has done, That's why he's sitting in jail for his corruption for I think 13, 14 years because he was corrupted, bribing people and stuff like that. And y'all think this stuff will catch up with you. That's why it says here to always, that's why I feel like if you're going to be a person of the law, make sure that you're in the line of doing what is right instead of trying to get a win, especially when people lives are hanging in the balance. Because if you got it wrong, what's wrong with saying I got it wrong? What's wrong? Why are you withholding evidence that could exonerate somebody instead of trying to make them look guilty because you don't want to have a loss, or you don't want to make it look like you can't have any integrity and say I got it wrong. That's what I don't understand. If you got it wrong, just say you got it wrong. That's just human nature. Everybody ain't gonna be right. Um, but this prosecutor as well, Mr. It's Mr. V. That's what I'm gonna call him because y'all know I will butcher some people names, child. um, he was corrupted himself. The police, I know the part about the deal. Yes, and then for him to say, well, she admitted to saying that she hit the baby, so that's her admitting that she was guilty. But how you gonna get that out of that? Because y'all forced her, or y'all had her in an interrogation room, and she kept telling you guys for 5 hours that she did not do nothing to that baby. And then y'all turned around and say, if you want to go home, they use I'm telling y'all in an interrogation room. And then people like, some people like, oh, her body language, her expression, she ain't crying and this, and that. You don't know how you're going to feel when you're in front of the police and they're interrogating you, having it making you feel like you have done something wrong. Just because somebody's body language may be off, or someone may not be is showing any signs of emotional distress or anything like that, does not mean that they don't care or anything like that. They may just be. I'm gonna be honest, man. When you see that, I have never have, but it's probably a different kind of feeling when you sitting there in front of the police when they are accusing you of killing somebody. I'd be scared out of my mind. Exactly. Exactly. And then she's a mother of 14 kids, and they was like, well, she ain't had no job. She's a welfare recipient and all that. You know how people do? Exactly. So she was like, they showed it. If y'all have not watched the documentary on Hulu, watch it. Like, it, she deserves this second chance to clear her name. If she didn't do it, she didn't do it. If she didn't cause the death of her child, then she didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? One thing people better learn: people have rights, the guilty or the innocent. They have rights, and everybody has the right in the United States of America to have a fair and impartial trial without any tampering, without any withholding of evidence, none of that. Put it all on the table. And it's not up to the person it's really up to the prosecuting attorney to show the jury that this person that they are accused of doing something have done something. They just have to rebuttal and say, this is what happened. This is what they have a lawyer for. Some people just think somebody's supposed to prove that they're guilty, innocent of something when it's really the prosecution's job to prove that this person is guilty of something. It's stupid. Some people just, I don't know if y'all just want to go on your own will or y'all just stupid. I'm just gonna say it. Some of y'all just ignorant. Let me just, I hate to say that, but some people just ignorant. They don't understand. They don't want to understand. They just want to go about what they heard. Well, let me tell you about what they heard. It don't always work that way. Yes, that's why I say I try not to like get switches. I they said belt, so I use a belt. And I try not if I get too angry, I just walk away. Now, have I may have popped them inside the head, yeah. Um, but do I be sitting there abusing them, punching them and stuff like that, or punching them like they're a grown man and stuff like that? No. Um, no. You know the ones that are abusing their children. You do. Even though Melissa may have been a bit neglectful because she had a lot of children, but I don't think that she did anything to Mariah. I just feel like what I'm saying, somebody is guilty of something, but or she just because she had a disability where she stumbled over herself a lot too, so she could have actually had a fall, an accidental fall. She didn't take her to the doctor to get medical attention, and the baby died. Is she wrong for not taking her to the doctor? Yes, but should she be held accountable for her death? You know, accidents happen. She should, if she should get anything, should be neglect, and that's my opinion when it comes to what I'm saying, not taking your child to the doctor, and she has a cracked skull or she fall off the stairs to make sure she has the proper medical attention because things like this happen. It has happened in a lot of children. Me too. I'm an old school mama too, child. I'm a nice, good mama, but child, don't make me mad. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't make me mad. Um, and that's what with my son, he's very accident prone, child. He clumsy, and he has hit it like yesterday. I looked at his body on his legs, child. He got so many scratches, and he had a wet mark on his leg. I like, what did wet mark come from? He was like outside playing. I was like, boy, you gonna have people thinking that I done did something to you. You got to calm down. Like, like, but like, sometimes kids have accidents, and I can say that, but um, I can say that sometimes kids do have accidents, and Melissa should have took Mariah to the doctor when she fell off the stairs because, baby, them were like a 20 flights. What about 10? No, it wasn't even 10. It was about 15. Child, my son has a helmet. Still, child. Hey, TSM rapper. All is well. Thank you so much for coming in. If Thank you so much for coming in the chat saying something. Um, but yeah, like I hope and pray that I'm just so glad that she gets another chance to get it right. Y'all just don't understand. Like, people have rights. You can't violate people's rights. And like I said, guys, we got to stay. And I do want to mention to Kill, guys. I'm gonna mention her property, her trial. I want us to stay in prayer for her, because we know she's innocent just as well as Melissa. Oh, okay. Thank you, TSM rapper. Thank you. Um, Thank you for coming in. Yeah, well, girl, if it were from one from the if those the steps that from the documentary, I definitely want to say she should have took her to the doctor because I know Mariah had a knot on her head. Like, one time I had seen a baby fall out of a cart at Walmart, child. Walmart got that concrete floor. Child, the baby had a big knot right here. And there was like, they made an incident report. Okay. Well, how you doing today, Mr. I Kelly? Latanja. Oh, I'm say I. Um, and the baby, as soon as he hit his head and he got through crying, he started going to sleep. And they was like, no, 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 never let him go to sleep off a head injury. You know, when my son like hit his head, child, I be up all night watching because any type of if he throw up or any type of stuff like that, child, we're going straight to the doctor. And as parents, if you are one of those parents that don't like to go to the doctors and you're kind of neglectful to your children, get it together, child. Take your child to the doctor to get seen about. Um, but anyway, y'all, I do want to say this. Continue to pray for the kill guys. We know she's innocent. We know that even though people trying to make it seem like there is some admission of guilt with her interrogation videos, ain't no admission of guilt. That girl ain't guilty of nothing. It does, it does. It makes my heart heavy every day thinking about her because it could be any of us who has children or has a man that had an outside child and you accept the outside child. Hey Angie, thank you for coming in. Um, and something happens to the outside child, you already know the mom is gonna automatically blame you. Not right now. Um, um, Go and watch YouTube. Um, I definitely want to say that. You know, like I had read what the other day. I had read the opening statements for in the transcripts for to kill trial, and even with I don't understand even with the court appointed lawyer, everything in that transcript and what he said, it was proven. I don't get it. And I'd be so confused. Even when I read the bio mother's testimony when she said that usually if her baby get the crying, I notice that because every time I read that transcript, something somebody said is inconsistent on what this person is saying, and I'm like, how could a jury get it so wrong? That's why I say, okay, well, thank you. Hold on just a minute, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm back. Okay, TSM rapper. Um, okay. Well, thank you. I will. I have a cousin that does my intro for me, but if I ever need another one, I definitely will reach out to you. Thank you guys. If you are um a person that is on YouTube and you are a content creator, if you want to, as well, if you want to do TSM rapper to make your intro, reach out to them. TSM, I will be checking out your your content, and I will be looking at your content. And the same thing, it's the same. It's the same thing for me. It doesn't scream guilty. It doesn't scream um, any kind of admission of guilt or that it is proven beyond a reasonable doubt that she or her husband has done anything. no more than took care of a baby and she died in their care. Um, there is so much reasonable doubt just reading the transcript. And I hate that they put it out like that. I'm glad, I am kind of glad of the game because then Takia can finally get a fair and impartial trial without people saying, "Oh, the baby had her legs up." Oh, as a nurse, she should have tried to resuscitate her. How the hell can you resuscitate a damn dead body? Answer that question. I swear. How can you answer that question? How can you resuscitate a dead body? Answer that question, somebody in the chat. You can't. These people. Oh, let me move on. And Latanja, have your opinion. I have people that came on here respectfully and had a different opinion from mine. And I didn't attack them. You can have a different opinion from one another, just respect one another. You know what I'm saying? But just some of the things that I read, it just how somebody guilty because they didn't resuscitate the baby. That's what was in my comment section. Said that she was a nurse. She should be able to know how to resuscitate the baby or hold on to the baby and gave her CPR. How can you get a nurse want to know when there's death? But I digress, child. Because if you do CPR on a dead body, it's gonna have bruises. So they say dead bodies don't. Yes, they do. Child. Yes, it does. Um, you know, we can't say how. Let me tell y'all something. We got to start saying how what you would do or what somebody should have done if you was in that situation because you wasn't, and you can't say what you would do because you ain't never been in that situation yet or have ever been in a situation. And maybe the little noises because I think me and Reese was talking. And the little noises they was hearing, you know how I didn't know that, saying the little gurgling sound and stuff like that they make when people are actually going over. That was the sound, but they didn't know. And y'all can't blame them for that. They're trying to tell me they waited until Morris was in the shower and man, this is the stupidest shit I ever. Excuse my language. But y'all, it's just so much stupidity that you just can't. It's just so much you can read that you just give up on people and give up on trying to make them understand. Just let them say, baby, just go off. Say whatever you want to say. Feel whatever you want to feel. Whatever the truth you think is the truth, let it be the truth, child. I'm done. That's the way I look at it when it comes to arguing with people who think that they know, child. Yes, like I didn't know it until Reese had brought it to my attention yesterday. Like, I have only experienced one parent being there for one parent. My mom's still living. So I was only there for one parent's death. And my dad did that. And he used to just, his eye was sitting in the back of his head. And and then I had my aunt uh, that was doing it too, but she was gurgling. My dad was making woo like them sounds, snoring sounds. And then my aunt, she was kind of like, and I was like, but then I realized, then after I read upon that on like this morning, I was like, you know what? We don't know nothing. We don't. When we think we know everything, we don't know everything. And I didn't know that what that was. And they say usually when people get to that part when they're sleeping in the next 24 to 48 hours, they will have passed away. And I read upon that. Um, it's such a tragedy. It's a tragedy for any child to pass away. And if there's any kind of negligence or anything like that, yes, you want to get the right person. You want to make sure that, you know, they get justice. But make sure you're getting the right kind of justice, not just putting people in jail because you believe that they are guilty of something. Melissa was only guilty of being negligent. And should she be put to death for that? No, because she wasn't negligent. She was just she didn't take the baby to get. She had a fall, and she didn't take the baby to get seen about. And what the daughter was saying now, this is what the daughter she said that she didn't want to see her take her to the doctor to get the head injury looked at because of the fact that she had bruises. But I don't know. This allegedly. This is what the daughter said on TikTok. Um, but they said that she said that they didn't play her interviews. Hey, princess, how you doing? Um, um, I know. But see, one thing about it, I'm done arguing. She gonna have her day in court, let her have it, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna let them, you know what I'm saying? I advocate and I believe in her innocence. And I ain't gonna go into no back and forth with people just making up any kind of thing just to be stupid shit. It's beyond me. It is beyond me. But I definitely want to say this. Um, Nobody has to get on the stand to prove they're innocent. It's up to the prosecution, child, to make her look guilty. And they have a weak case. They got a weak case for Melissa, and they have a weak case for Takia. They really do. Um, it that is my belief. I believe that she's innocent, and I'm not gonna tear nobody down or sit here and argue with nobody about nobody's death. Um, it's just sad. It is so sad that how our justice system works. You are guilty until it is shown and proven that you are innocent. And sometimes you can sit in jail for over 30, 40, 50 years and still, and then finally somebody actually look at your case and pull it out and realize that, hey, an injustice was done. This person was railroaded. We don't took 30, 40, 50 years of somebody's life. And only thing that the prosecution can say is, I got it wrong and I'm sorry. That's the only thing they can say after 30, 40, 50 years. But the only thing that you can do to get your life back, let's just be real, the only thing that they can do to get their life back is to sue the damn county or sue the prosecution, the DA office, and the county or state, whatever you live in, because that's the only truth. That is the only justice you will receive is complaint. You can't get your life back. You spent 30, 40, 50 years, everything, some people done been in jail when when back in the 90s. And you get out now, it's 2022, people wearing, more style stuff. You still stuck. You don't know how life was. Life ain't like it was back in the 90s or early 2000s. It's a whole different era. Um, that that's That's basically how I feel, y'all. Like, instead of just if you know there's a lot of doubt in the case and there's not enough evidence to prove someone is guilty, why not just walk away from it and save this person years of sitting in a jail cell trying to get somebody to look at their case and how the injustice was done, and just or a new DA look at it and be like, oh, you know what, this DA was so wrong for this, or the DA end up in jail, or you know, or the town just corrupted. It's sad. Um, but I'm so glad that Melissa gets another chance to another hearing to um, show the new evidence, and her attorney show the new evidence. And I want to know if the DA is going to prosecute again. Hey, Miss Sheila, how you doing? I ain't seen you all. I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been doing? Um, I wonder if the DA is going to prosecute her again if they decide to give her another hearing, or they're just going to just drop the charges. Hold on, y'all. My tablet going. You remodeling your house, child. I was at where you was at maybe a month ago. All I'm doing now is buying new appliances. I got to get a refrigerator and another microwave, and I'm done with the house. Cause child, you don't know what's going on. You remember I was talking about this lady named Melissa Lucio. She was accused of killing her. She was accused of killing her daughter, her 2-year-old daughter, Mariah. They said the baby had blunt force trauma to the head. She had a skull fracture. You might as well say she had bite marks. She had hair bruises, all that, and they accused her of killing him, killing Mariah. And there were evidence that shows that she fell down a flight of steps. And to be honest, like there were proof that she fell. The kids said that she fell, but they accused her of doing it. So, um, okay, y'all. Sorry about that. But um, I know. But that what happened with Melissa, guys. But Princess, I do want to let you know, Melissa is going to receive a new hearing, an automatic stay. The Supreme Court has in Texas has done an automatic stay so she can get her new evidence presented in court. Um, it says here that she did make a statement, guys. It says here that they're going to look at the evidence that she has and see if she deserves a new trial. Um, it says here that Melissa stated, I am grateful to have more days to be a mother to my children and grandmother to my grandchildren. I will use my time to help bring them to Christ. I am deeply grateful to everyone who prayed for me and spoke out on my behalf. So, Melissa, this is what she said today. There is a video showing when the family got the call. I want to play that. Then, guys, I'm about to get out of here. So, Jamel can get off this bike. Jamel, get off the bike and go put it up, please. You about to wreck my nerves. Put up the bike. Put up the bike. Put it up the bike. Jamel, put up the bike. I couldn't either. Thank the Lord for that. Yes, yes, yes. So we're gonna listen to this, y'all. Yes, he's so hard headed. Hold on, y'all.
John, you're on speaker with all kinds of people, and
I know y'all can't really hear it. Yeah, so that's it right there, y'all. So Melissa has been granted an opportunity for the Supreme Court to look at her evidence to see if she deserves a new trial. So y'all continue to pray for Melissa and that she be granted a new trial to show and prove for without any a fair and impartial trial and um to prove that she did not do anything to her daughter. Um, let's pray for everyone that is going through. That's why I hate jury duty because I was there, so I can't say if you did it because I don't know it. I'm not trying to be cause we're going to jail. Exactly. That's why so many people lie to get out of jury duty. A lot of people lie when I was getting out of jury duty to get out of jury duty. Um, somebody lied and said that like reading the what's it called transcript. Somebody lied and said they were gonna they were just gonna put guilty because they didn't know they have heard the case and because they knew who she was they were just gonna put guilty, mean innocent. I'm like these people just don't want to do. They don't want to do it because you don't want to live with that guilt. You don't. I wouldn't want to live with that guilt of sending somebody to jail that is innocent. That's why you have to look at all the evidence and you have to take notes because take notes and recognize that that this possibly if you have any questions or something or if something in your mind that hey there is some reasonable doubt, then I'll do like they say you have to press not guilty because there is reasonable doubt in your mind. Like it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt that anything happened to someone. Um, y'all, let's just be glad that she's not gonna be put to death Wednesday. I just couldn't stomach that. I really couldn't. I really could not stomach somebody innocent going to jail. I mean, to being put to death. Somebody that needs the death penalty is that man that raped and killed and sodomized Kamari Holland. He deserves the death penalty. The man that oh, thank you, Miss Latanja. You're welcome. Come back tomorrow, child. We're gonna do it again. um, I definitely want to say this. That man that Janice David, that stabbed Janice David to death, deserves to and set the car on fire. He deserves the death penalty. Anybody that's brutalizing children in such a way, or people in a way that they don't have no regard for life, they deserve the death penalty. But if there's reasonable doubt that somebody hasn't done anything, then we got to stop it. Um, some people just, yes, sickening and sickening and sickening. And then this woman had kids of her own and still decided to do what she did to Cupcake. Just sick and sad individuals. Just some sick, sad individuals. That's all I can tell you. Just sick and sad. Just sick and sad. And I don't want to say nothing else about it. Same thing that the ones that woman that y'all know the woman that was crying, talking about her child was missing, knowing that she had punched this baby in her stomach and then got this man to get rid of the body and all that right there. I don't think that they deserve the death penalty, but she need to sit her ass in life and for in jail for a good 34, 50 years. Like about what you done did to your child. Now these women that's out here um we talked about Gabrielle Fernandez, I think Gabrielle mother deserves the death penalty just as well as the boyfriend, in my opinion. Um, she don't deserve to sit in jail for life. She needs the death penalty, burning this boy body and stuff like that. If y'all have not watched Gabriel Fernandez on Netflix, his story, child, you'll cry. I swear I cried. I ain't cry. I'm a crybaby anyway. But if you have watched Gabriel Fernandez docu series on Netflix, it'll break your heart in a million pieces. Like, how could a mother ever burn your child with cigarettes, allow a man to throw your child against the wall, treat them like trash, had him in a cupboard, locked up, make him eat cat shit and eat cat food, cat litter in his boy body. Lord, I just don't know, Lord. I just don't know. But we sit here and we want to, people like that have no regard for their children's lives or anybody else's lives. Oh, they get I feel like they shouldn't have an option. They should get death, an eye for an eye. But the ones that there is reasonable doubt that they probably have did something to the child or they were neglectful. You know what I'm saying? Yes, hold them to the fire, but they don't need to be put to death. I have my opinions on it. I know, Angie. Just Lord help us. That's it. That's all we can say. Lord help us, because um tomorrow, y'all, I promise tomorrow, if nothing else happens, child, if we wake up, if I got another breaking news story, child, y'all know I be telling y'all I'm gonna talk about this. But when something like this happens, y'all, I have to come to you guys and we have to give you guys the breaking story. But on tomorrow, guys, um, I am definitely, if nothing happens, I definitely will be live at 7:30. We will be talking about what happened in Davie County. A mother, and it was a murder suicide. Um, Under suspicious circumstances, with the father shot and killed his girlfriend, the children, and then burnt the house and set the house on fire and turned the gun on himself. We're gonna talk about that on tomorrow. Look forward to it. I know this sounds crazy, but It is the truth. That's what we're going to talk about on tomorrow for sure. So make sure you guys look forward to that. If there's any more breaking stories, guys, make sure like I had broke it on my CBG News page with Monica News and Views on Facebook. Make sure you guys follow that because I do put out some certain stories on my Facebook page. Guys, I am soon. I just got to find the time. I am working on me some CBG News shirts. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna do what I can to get that out. If any of my members um, have got a birthday coming up, let me know so I can make you a shirt. I definitely want to do something for my members. If you are new to the channel, please hit subscribe and turn the notification bell to all. If Make sure you share it out if you like, and make sure that if you want to be a member, all you got to do is press the join button or click the link in my description box. Um, I'm about to get out of here, guys. By 7:30 tomorrow, guys. I'll see you guys, and y'all have a wonderful, blessed evening. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.